Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And I just welcome all of you and thank you for being here. I'm Claudia Baker. I'm Director of Marketing for Blair Cato in the Columbia office. And
I'm Ashton Stevens. I'm the Director of Marketing for our Lexington office. It's so great to get to chat with you all today a little bit more.
as most of y'all know, Gary puts us up to all kinds of shenanigans. And so he put us up to coming on here and letting y'all know everything that we know about Facebook and Instagram. I don't claim to be an expert in the area of social media or Facebook in particular, but I do know some tricks and tools of the trade that I have used for clients when I was a consultant personally before I came on board with Blair Cato, and then some things that I have learned that can be beneficial to agents since I have been working at Blair Cato. And Ashton's kind of the same way with Instagram. As we work with these tools and these networks and platforms, we learn lots of different little tips and tricks along the way. And Ashton is kind of a famous Instagrammer. So she knows lots of things that have worked for her personally. So I think y'all will really enjoy a lot of her insight. Okay, so couple of things. You have a chat section at the bottom of your screen if you are on a computer. I'm not sure where it is on the phone if you're using the phone, but anyway, there's a little chat box. So if you need to ask us a question, you can ask it there, and we will try to field those as they come in throughout the webinar. You can expect the webinar to last anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. It just depends on how involved we get in the conversation. We hope you have questions for us so that we can help you answer some things that are pressing for you and that would help you make your functionality of your social media a little bit better. So I think we can go ahead and get started. Let's see, we're going to minimize. We need to share screen. Okay, I'm going to share the screen with y'all. Where are we going from here?
Just do this.
Okay, yeah,
and then share.
Which one? That one. Okay. All right.
And if y'all can, once we pull this presentation up, if y'all can just put in the chat box that you can see it, or if you can't see it, and let us know.
And also, let's see. Oh, I need to move us out of the way. Ashton and I are blocking the presentation. Okay. Okay. Can y'all see this? Where's our chat? Sorry, y'all. This is.
Y'all can see it? Awesome.
Yay!
Perfect. All
okay.
Right. We'll get started.
All right, good deal. Okay, so this is Facebook and Instagram for agents with Claudia Baker and Ashton Stevens. Okay, we're going to, y'all might want to take some notes. So if you have something to write with, that would probably be good. Okay, so we're going to talk about why Facebook first. A little spin action there. I'm just proud of myself on that. Okay, so Facebook is the largest social media network with 1.7 billion daily users. That's a lot of people. You also have Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. What are some other ones? YouTube. Lots of different social media platforms. So Facebook is the king of all of those, and most of those platforms link to Facebook. So we'll get into that in just a minute. But for now, we'll talk about why social media has become superior to websites. Websites, as I've always explained them to my clients, are like a gift that you would get. So you've got a box and it's wrapped really pretty in beautiful wrapping paper, and it's captivating, and you're like, wow, you know, wonder what's inside here. I want to know more about what's inside this box. So if you have a website that's wrapped really nicely, you're going to be really interested in what's inside, because chances are whatever's inside is going to be even better. So the social media is equivalent to the gift inside the box that is beautifully wrapped. So the gift inside the box you can interact with, you can use, you're going to treasure it. You might even connect with that thing that's inside the box. And that's kind of what social media represents to your client base. The website they're going to go to and they're going to be like, oh, this is Susie Q Realtor's webpage. She's in Columbia or Lexington. You know, she looks like she's been an agent for several years and blah, blah, blah. So they're going to kind of get an overview of you. But when they switch over to your Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever it is, they're going to learn all about you. And that is where you're going to have an opportunity to regularly interact with your followers. You're going to be able to promote your listings, build trust, loyalty, and relationships, which is probably the biggest part, because through your social media, people can see how active you are in the business. They can kind of see what areas you serve. They can see the approximate range of the value of the homes that you're selling. They can see a little bit about you, your family, your involvement in the community, how long you've been involved in real estate. They can learn lots of stuff about you that tells them whether you would be a good fit for them or whether they want to learn more about you. And it's the first impression that they have of you really as a person. And when you can personify yourself beyond your website, that is exactly what you need to do. That's the first step in building that relationship with your future clients and with current clients or former clients. Like they may go back and check out your Facebook to see what you've been up to because they haven't seen a lot of activity recently, or maybe they've seen a lot of activity and they're like, wow, you know, what's he been up to? This is really great. He's really taken off in his real estate career. So that leads me to tracking and capturing client contact information. So the more your presence is out there on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, maybe whatever platform you decide to use, YouTube, the more you're out there, the more people are going to engage with you, and the more you're going to be able to capture what's going on in their lives. You can capture, job changes. You can capture whether they're interested in moving. You can capture, if they've had a new baby and they're probably outgrowing the home that you sold them several years ago. You can capture a lot of information just because you have a Facebook page or an Instagram page with these people and because you follow each other. And so that leads me to targeting and retargeting. So when you target these people, you are basically sculpting your post to meet their needs and really reaching out and digging deep into what their needs are and how you might best serve a particular group of clients. And once you've had those clients, or maybe you've had one that was interested in purchasing a home and just never could find the right thing, but you've got something really hot coming up and you haven't talked to them in a couple of months, you can retarget them. Or maybe they were your client previously and you want to retarget them as well for something that you have coming up also, or it's been 4 or 5 years and it's time for them to move. So that is why Facebook, it is a great way to stay connected to your client base and build relationships. Do we have any questions at all about that right now? Let's see, where can we go? Oops. No, it looks like we're good. Okay. All right. Next. Ready, set, post. So let's talk about setting up your Facebook page. I believe most of you have Facebook pages already. As a matter of fact, I just want to ask really quick, How many of you have a Facebook business page? Not a personal page, but a Facebook business page. If you will just say yes in the chat. Ashton, why can't I do this? Okay. I'll let her drive the ship for a second.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, so most of you have a Facebook page, business page. And what I'm going to talk about now is how to optimize the setup of your Facebook business page. So the first thing is that you want high quality profile and cover photos. This is very important because, like I said, this is the first impression that people have of who you are as a person. If they can hardly make out your grainy photo, they're going to think, well, I mean, that's not fabulous quality. Like, how, well is this person going to handle the rest of my affairs with them? So one thing I can suggest is using a tool that we have here at Blair Cato that we offer to all of our real estate agents. It's called Breakthrough Broker. And if you've taken a class with Gary or done a webinar with Gary, we've talked about Breakthrough Broker a million times, and it is a wonderful service. If you are not already signed up with Breakthrough Broker, all you have to do is in the chat, enter your name, your phone number, and email address, and we will get you registered for Breakthrough Broker. It is completely free, but Breakthrough Broker offers fabulous tools for making beautiful MLS ads for new listings, for making Facebook posts, whether it's for National Chocolate Day or whether it's for the newest listing that you have. You can do mailers through Breakthrough Broker and all of that good stuff. But I'm focusing now on how you can use it for Facebook and to enhance your setup. So you can use the tools on Breakthrough Broker to make great headers for Facebook, or enhance your profile picture. A couple of other tools that I like to use are PicMonkey and Canva. On PicMonkey and Canva, you can edit photos, you can add banners, you can add, little symbols or other graphics to your photos. Whatever it is that you need to do to make your profile and cover photos look the most professional that you can.
Yeah, like client testimonials, if you wanted to post one and make it a little more aesthetically pleasing or something like that, using PicMonkey or Canva to put out their quote is a great idea.
Yes. So there are lots of different ways that you can enhance your Facebook setup using these tools. The more information that you have in your Facebook profile, the better. You want to have anything from your contact info, hours, website link, parking, to parking at your office if they were to meet you at your office, and any awards you've received. Make sure you include as much information as possible, because this is where people are really going to connect with who you are and how you run your business. The more information they have about you, the more they're going to be able to decide if you are the person for them. Then you always want to have a call to action on your Facebook page. There's an area when you're setting up where you can add, call now, schedule an appointment, send a message, whatever it is. You want that right there front and center, so that if they do find your page appealing and they've seen something that interests them, as soon as they click over to your page, they're going to be able to click on that and get to you as soon as possible. Another important tip is to make sure that you link all of your accounts. You're going to want to link Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, if that's an option, YouTube, anything that you can that will send your Facebook posts to that platform, or from that platform to your Facebook. So just make sure that you've got all of your accounts linked. And last but not least, don't miss a beat. I've heard agents say that, my phone's been blowing up and blah, 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 and I had to turn off Messenger. No, don't turn off Messenger. Keep Messenger on, keep your notifications on, because chances are people aren't going to look at a post that you've put up and then go digging through your information to find a contact number, nor are they going to go over to your website to find your contact info, they're going to want to click on that send a message button, your call to action, and get to you immediately. And if they've commented on your photo, you're not going to want to have your notifications turned off. You don't want to have to log into Facebook to see, oh, who's been commenting today. No, you want to have those notifications and messages come directly to you through your phone or through your email, whatever it is that you check the most frequently. Now, down at the bottom here, I have listed a couple of links that go to pages that are very helpful for real estate agents to get more leads and how to set up their Facebook page. So if you find those links helpful, you're welcome to click on those. Wait a minute, where did we go? Here we are. Okay, so here, they're down at the bottom here, and y'all will receive this PowerPoint presentation in an email. We'll send you a link to it, so you will have access to those later on after this is over, in the event that you want to go through and kind of read on how you can best use your Facebook page or best set it up. Okay, so we're ready to post now. So the main thing is that you want to stay in front of your clients. Staying in front of them means don't be afraid to use hashtags, stories, and videos in addition to your posts. When you do a post, you want to make sure that you use great pictures. People are highly visual. And when they are looking for a home, they're looking for something that's, y'all know all about this, about the curb appeal, and something that's going to capture their attention immediately as soon as they see the front of that house or as soon as they see that fabulous kitchen. So you want to make sure that you use great pictures. You want to watch your language. And I don't mean your 4-letter words. I just mean that you want to watch how you talk to people when you're writing your copy for those posts. The first 18 characters of your post act as meta tags. Meta tags are what help people find your post when they're searching. So if you have a home in Forest Acres, the first thing that you want your post to say is home in Forest Acres, or Forest Acres for sale. So, or Columbia for sale. Make sure that the first 18 characters of your post are something that someone's going to be searching for, because that's going to give them an opportunity to find you, a greater opportunity to find your post. You also want to use things, use terms and phrases that are flattering to your potential viewers and followers, like, you deserve this, you work really hard for your family, you know, great family home, great family neighborhood, you deserve this, that kind of thing. Wouldn't it be nice to have? So when you're drafting your posts, make sure that you throw some psychology into it, so that when people are reading your post, they think, gosh, I do deserve that. I work really hard, and we are packed in this house like sardines, and I would really love for my children to have a neighborhood like this. So something that speaks to them on a personal level and makes them feel special or appreciated or deserving of whatever it is that you're posting. The 80-20 rule is super important. You're going to do this when you are posting in Facebook, whether you're posting in Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it is. You want to use the 80-20 rule. Use the 80% rule when posting about your business. So whether it's open houses, whether it's, the market's hot, y'all, and you need to be following this, and this, whether it's this new fabulous listing or it's a great new neighborhood that's popping up somewhere, some new construction, whatever it is, 80% of your posts need to be geared towards your business. 20% of your posts need to be exclusively about you, how you are involved in the community, what's happening in your personal life. They may not want to know about how you're disagreeing with your spouse, but they might want to know about a new coffee shop that you've tried or a new restaurant that's in the area, and how you interact with the community. If there's a fundraiser or a charity that you support and that you're passionate about, put that on there. That makes you a person. People want to know about you and how you engage with your community. And it's just a really good rule to use because it kind of keeps your content fresh and engaging always, because they know that they're going to see some really fabulous houses coming up, but they also want to see that your son, your son's little league team just won the Little League World Series or whatever it is, or that your daughter just made the National Honor Roll, because guess what? That shows that you're on top of your kids and that you're a family person and that you're very involved with the community and your family and things that are important to your clients, because let's admit those things are very important to clients. Okay, the next thing is plan your work and work your plan. You've heard that saying before, I'm sure. That applies to social media as well. You're going to make sure that you have a fabulous content calendar set up for at least a month ahead of time. If you know of some fabulous houses hitting the market, you want to jot that down on your calendar and be like, I've got this neighborhood that's popping up over here, or I've got a couple of houses across town that I probably need to put on the calendar because I'm going to want to promote those as soon as that person is ready to list or as soon as those things hit the market. So make sure you plan your calendar. Breakthrough Broker is fantastic for that also, because not only are you going to want to post, like I said, the hot MLS items, you're also going to want to post about National Chocolate Day or, National Donut Day, and a picture of you and your kids in the donut shop, or you and your assistant, with your Krispy Kreme hats on, or something cute like that. Keep it real and keep it relatable. That's what gets people to engage. And you really want to make sure that when you are planning your work and working your plan, that you are varying the types of posts that you do. Are you using video? Are you using still pictures? Are you doing a collage of pictures? Are you doing a slideshow? Are you using your stories? Are you getting on there and just sharing some funny memes periodically? You really want to make sure that you're varying your content, and your content calendar is what helps you do that. My suggestion for you when you're making your content calendar is, if you can at all possible, post every single day. You may or may not post Saturday and Sunday, but you might want to throw in a fabulous open house that's happening on a Saturday. So make sure that you are posting as regularly as possible. I would highly recommend that you post at a minimum 3 times a week. So if you post, a couple of things that pop up on the MLS, Monday and Friday, and then you've got a funny meme or, a cute picture of your daughter at her dance recital or whatever on Wednesday, space it out and make sure that it is regular posting, because you have to stay in front of people or they forget about you. Even if you don't have a house on the market, even if you don't have anything to show, stay in front of them, because the more often that your page pops up in front of them, the more likely they are to remember you when it comes time to list their house or to go buy a house. So that plan your work and work your plan is probably one of the most important things. The next thing is have a house party. Use the Facebook events section of your page to schedule your open houses, or to schedule a meet and greet to talk about the market and what's going on and how it's performing right now. People want to know that kind of stuff. So don't be afraid to use the events section. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more in just a minute. A lot of you, I notice, you use just a post to advertise an open house. That's fantastic. You can do that. But if you use an event, you can go in and exclusively invite people that are looking in that area people you know have just had a new baby. Why? Because you've been watching their Facebook page, because they've been talking to you on Facebook. You know, you see that they just had a baby. Congratulations. Probably time y'all upsize a little bit because you're probably outgrowing your new home. You can send this open house to them exclusively rather than tagging them in your post or whatever. But you can be a little bit more targeted and exclusive that way and stay within the fair housing regulations, because that is a really big thing now. Facebook has limited how you target people based on that. So, in summary, as far as the types of posts that you put out there, you need to make sure you use great pictures, watch your language, use flattering psychology with them, and use the 80-20 rule. Make sure you have a very good looking, solid content calendar. Hootsuite can help you with that. Breakthrough Broker can help you with that. There are lots of tools on the internet to help you design a fabulous content calendar. If you need to know more about Breakthrough Broker or how to use Hootsuite, you're welcome to contact me, Claudia@BlairCato.com, and I will help you understand how to use those as much as possible to get the most out of them. And then last but not least, use your event to exclusively target certain people that you know might be interested in a particular open house. Use your hashtags. Ashton's going to get into that shortly with Instagram. Used to be that hashtags did not translate in Facebook very well. You could only use them in Twitter and Instagram effectively. Now, Facebook is using hashtags just as much as Instagram. So next thing is,
Just want to check and make sure we don't have any questions yet. Okay, moving on.
okay, right on target. This is where we're going to talk about targeting your audience. Setting your target audience is a really big deal. So when you go into your Facebook page and you're doing your post, down at the bottom, it's going to say boost. So if you've set up your Facebook page appropriately, you will have entered a credit card and all of this good stuff so that you can charge a credit card or debit card or whatever for each post that you put up. So when you're setting your target audience, your audience is going to vary by post and goals. If it's about your daughter's dance recital, you're probably not going to post it. If you do post it, you're not going to really set a major target audience for that. You're going to do a very general target audience, which would be people who like your page. If it's, something a little bit more important to your clientele, then you might do people who like your page and their friends if you want to do a generic targeting. But what you really want to do is narrow your targeting down, and you need to consider the demographics of your target audience. Because of the fair housing regs, which I have a link to that there just to refamiliarize yourself with those, because I know that many of you who've been in for many years, you might be used to doing it a certain way, and now they've cracked down and you know all the rules. Like Gary, typically when he's on these things with us, he will get into a lot of the legalities of that. That is not my area, so I have a link there for you so that you can go in and search those yourself. But what you can do is include behaviors and interests of your potential clients. So there's a section when you're boosting your post where you can enter behaviors and interests. You're going to enter stuff like Zillow, Realtor.com, I'm not going to read all of these, land and houses, house hunting, refinancing, mortgage, mortgage loans, property finder, vacation home, which is really funny. I'm going to show you all in a second. When you type in vacation home, I'll show you what comes up and it makes me laugh. Home equity loan, first time home buyer, those kinds of things. Those are the behaviors and interests that you're going to enter to narrow down your target audience. You're going to want to make sure that, see this green area right here? You're going to want to make sure that your little needle, when you've done your detailed targeting right here, you're going to make sure that it's in the green. That's an ideal area. And that is also going to vary depending on the area in which you're targeting and how specific you want this ad to be with your clients. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to, Ashton has to drop the ship because I have to have a mouse. I'm really weird about this, like a real clicky mouse.
Let's
All right,
see.
so we're going to go to the Blair Cato Facebook page. And I'm going to show y'all how I would do a sample post. So let's see. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Create a post. Okay, so this is our test post for Facebook. Facebook webinar. Okay, so we're going to add. Did you save that to your desktop?
Yeah, go here.
Okay.
It's called test post.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Just use this one.
Okay, so this is going to be our test post. All right, so there's our beautiful picture that you're going to pick from your gallery. You might add a few more, and then we're going to boost this post. So when we post it, okay, there it is. There's our pretty post, and it has taken us to our boost page. So this is where you might want a button to do a call to action. You might say, send me a message on this one. And then you're going to, oh no, wait a minute, send me a message. I just said that. Okay, then you're gonna want to, okay, why is it doing that? Then you're gonna want to go to your audience details here, and you're gonna edit this. Now, what Facebook has done is they are going to flag real estate, hold on, sorry. I want to get out of this. Mine doesn't look like this.
Confirm.
Okay, shoot. Okay, sorry, y'all. Mine looks different on my computer, so I'm not really used to this. So you're going to click on special ad category. Facebook makes you do this now. And so what this does is this says, you know, whether it's a real estate ad or whether it's, you know, about a social issue or something like that, or whether it's political or whatever. So you would select real estate. Ashton, I think yours is set up a little bit differently from mine. And so where you used to be able to narrow it down to a certain age range, like maybe, you know, this is a particular neighborhood that would appeal to 30 to 50-year-olds. You cannot do that anymore. You have it stays locked in between 18 and 65. So that is problematic. But the main thing is to edit your audience details, and you're not going to be able to change the range. You're not going to be able to select men or women. You're going to stay locked in at certain things, but your detailed targeting is right here. And this is where you're going to enter Zillow. This is where you're going to enter house hunting. And that kind of thing, so that you can narrow it down. And they also limit your radius. Like you used to be able to put in a zip code. You can't do that anymore. It will limit the radius in which they target. And I think it's limited to 25, 15 miles or whatever. It'll automatically set it up for you. And it locks you in at that. Anyway, this is where you're going to enter your detailed targeting. You can save this audience if you want to, and it'll also allow you to name that audience if you want to. So that is where you're going to set your target audience. And then this is where you're going to put in your budget, which leads me to our next little slide. Okay, so setting your boost budget. It's all about the Benjamins. So Facebook is, well, social media in general is pay to play. So the more money you put on your post, the more you're going to get out of it, the more people are going to see it. If you put, your budget's obviously going to vary. That's the first point. And you can expect to spend anywhere between $100 to $500 a month. That's kind of average. And I know that's a wide range, but it just depends on how active you are, how many listings you do, how much you want to put on a particular listing. If it's something really hot that you want a ton of people to see, you're going to put more money on it. So it just kind of depends on what your personal goals are and what the how the post is going to serve your clientele. Because only 5% of your followers will see your post without a boost. And that is also going to keep it just within the network of your followers. It is not going to show it to John and Martha, who just moved here from, Wisconsin, and they're living in an apartment and they're house hunting. It's not going to show it to them. That's why you have to put money on it. So when you add your boost budget to it, your ad is going to run optimally for 5 to 7 days. You can always put more money on it if you haven't gotten any bites. You can always run it for a little bit longer after it has expired. That's the beauty in just setting it for 5 to 7 days. So you might have something really hot that you're like, okay, I'm going to start with $50 on this post, and you're going to put $50 on it for 5 days. Well, depending on how you did your targeting, Facebook is going to select a number of people to put that in front of, a range of people that they're going to put that in front of for 5 days. And they will guarantee that at least that many people will see your post, and a certain number of those people will actually engage with your post, which is why I tell you to watch your analytics through your notifications. When you get a notification that says, your ad is performing well, or, your ad's about to end, you could put some more money on it. You can go in and click and you can see how your ads have been performing. You can also get notifications that tell you that maybe your ad was rejected for some reason because you used some weird words in there that may have made your ad exclusive, and the whole, fair housing thing is going to kick it out and say, nope, you need to go back and reword that because that didn't include John and Martha. That's exclusive. So anyway, your budget's going to vary, your target audience is going to vary, and your results are going to vary based on how much money you put on your post. So I hope that makes sense. Does anybody have any questions about that?
If y'all have any questions at any point, you can just ask them in this chat right here and we will get to them. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of time at the end for questions as well. All right.
Okay. And I think, yes. All right. And so now we're moving on to Ashton, and she's going to kind of cover some of the same things that I did, but maybe in a little more detail specific to Instagram. So Go ahead.
Yeah. And so basically going off of what Claudia was saying, and she was talking about how important it is to link all of your social media to Facebook. I like to think of Facebook as kind of like the motherboard for all social media. And so connecting all of your accounts to Facebook is really important, especially Instagram, because you want everything to translate across your social media really seamlessly. And so connecting everything will help you do that. And Facebook is a great tool, but Instagram is another awesome tool for a lot of reasons. So with Facebook, you're getting an older audience. I know a lot of people my age have Facebook pages, but we're not really getting on there and interacting and looking as closely as people in older generations. And so with Instagram, this is where your millennials and your Generation Z are really tuning into and looking at. And so these are going to be your first time home buyers, your renters who are looking to buy a house, maybe people who just started a job and they're moving into South Carolina and things like that. Also new investors, people looking to buy properties and rent them out. So this is a whole nother audience that you can target through this form of social media. As Claudia was saying, it's a highly visual app. So photos and videos are what you really need to focus on when using Instagram. It's also it's an engagement driven algorithm. So what that means is when you're on the timeline, the posts that you're going to see first are the ones with the most comments and likes and engagement happening. So you really want to make sure that you're interacting with your clients and your followers in the comment section and likes and things like that, because that's going to get your post boosted to the top of the timeline. And just as Claudia was saying, this is another form of social media where you need to keep your notifications turned on. You need to keep your profile public, and you need to be able to chat with your clients in the messenger. So it's really important that you are available on this app as well. So when you're setting up your profile, I want to reiterate how important it is that it is a business profile. If you do not have your profile set to business, go ahead and do that now, because it's going to give you access to a lot of different insights about your followers, about your profile, about your post, who's interacting with it, the reach it's bringing to people, the likes, see if people sent, like if you post a picture of a listing, you can look and see how many people have sent a message with a picture of your listing to someone. So it's going to give you resources like that that you don't have the option of having if your profile is not set on business. And it's also going to give you, as you can see, I put an arrow right here, those three things, the promotions, insight, and contact, those are only available on a business profile. And they're really essential to helping you grow your following on here and growing your client base. Access to promotional content and ads, you can only use those with a business profile. And I'll get into that a little later, but that is very important as well. And then you can provide links to your website and your business, as well as your contact information can go right here. So a very useful tool is creating a business profile. And you simply just do these three bars at the top and go to your account, and it'll say switch to business account. It's really simple, and you could put your job description as a real estate agent, and that'll help. All right. So then after you set your profile to a business profile, you're going to want to focus on your biography that's going to show up at your profile once you go to it. And so when you're thinking about what you want to put in your bio, you really need to think about these three things. Who are you trying to target? What do you want someone to get out of visiting your profile? And what is your call to action? So when someone goes and finds your profile on Instagram, what is your end goal for them? Do you want them to go visit your website? Do you want them to send you a message about a house? Do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to give you a call? Things like that. And then with your call to action, that's going to be providing contact information, providing a link to your website, a link to your office address, things like that. Having those resources available for followers and clients on easily accessible like that is going to be a huge help and help you grow your business. As far as what you want to say in your actual biography, just as Claudia was saying, the quality of your picture is so important. You want to have a really nice professional profile picture. You want to have your agency. You can even tag your real estate agency's Instagram in your biography. And you want to highlight the area you serve. So you could say Midlands Realtor, and any awards and accolades you have that you're really proud of and think highlight your work, you can also include. Again, method of contact and a link to the website are going to be really important on there. All right, so now we're going to talk about the content that you want to post to your feed. So I have some ideas here for what you should be posting. They're pretty similar to what Claudia was saying about what you want on Facebook. The 80-20 rule still applies on here. So you should keep it 80% business, listings, client testimonials, awards, accolades, things like that. And I want to reiterate how awesome Breakthrough Broker is. It's going to give you a lot of these resources and pre-made graphics that you can post on your Instagram that are really awesome. You can also customize them on there. So some different ideas are new listings, pictures with clients, awards you've received, pictures of you at networking events or banquets, client testimonials, a national holiday post, family pictures, things like that. And some tips I have for you guys are, don't be afraid to post personal content. It does not have to be all business like we talked about with the 80-20 rule. Gary has a really awesome thing he likes to say that I like. It's the rule of 4. He says, pick 4 things about you that really make you unique and show who you are as a person. Obviously, keep it professional, but for Gary, it's craft beer, traveling, hanging out with his family.
And baseball.
And the Cleveland Browns. So we've got 5.
Yeah.
But still, those are really awesome things that show who he is as a person. And even though his Instagram is a professional account, he still posts things like that to keep his followers engaged and understand that this is a trustworthy human with a family and he can take care of you and things like that. And then as well as the rule of 9, I want to highlight. So what the rule of 9 is when you click on someone's Instagram profile, it's going to look like this picture right here, but with actual visual images. So you can see you have 9 squares that will show up at first. What that means is you have 9 squares to really show what you're about as a real estate agent and the listings you have, your different testimonials and things like that. So when you're going through and planning your content calendar, think about those 9 squares and how they're going to line up and what someone's first impression of you is going to be when they go to your profile. Another tip I have for you guys is not to be afraid to experiment with video on this app. I've seen a lot of real estate agents doing awesome stuff with video, and it's really driving their engagement, and you can tell. If you have a new listing and doing a house tour that's through video and posting that, that's going to be huge, and you can see how many views you get and the engagement on that. So I encourage you guys to do that, and we'll talk more about that with Instagram stories and Instagram TV, but it's a really awesome tool that can help drive engagement. All right, so as Claudia said, we were going to get into some more hashtags. So with Instagram and all social media, really, you're trying to get a target audience, and it's going to be a niche market. You know, not everyone is looking to buy or sell a house. So you really want to narrow it down and make your post as effective as possible. And an awesome way to do that is hashtags and putting a location on your post. So let's say you have a listing and it's in Lexington. Putting Lexington, South Carolina as your location is going to be a great way, because if people are already looking and seeing what that area is about and they see a picture of a beautiful house that's for sale, they're going to get really excited about it and then look into your profile. As well as with hashtags, these are some examples of hashtags that you should be using on all of your posts. And this one down here, I just want to reiterate, creating a personal slogan for yourself is a really great idea that people can easily go to and just see all your posts. Your clients can use it on their post as well. So I want to really highlight that. But yeah, just adding these to your post is going to help people discover you and get a look at what you're selling and helping clients buy. So all right, and next we have Instagram stories and Instagram television. And these are awesome tools that are part of Instagram that they're a little bit more casual, I would say. You can be more informal with your clients. So I really like these tools and using them, and we use them at Blair Cato a lot. So Instagram stories are going to be just kind of things that you can show behind the scenes, and they're kind of like a highlight reel that pops up at the top, and they last for 24 hours. And so with these, some suggestions that I have for good Instagram stories are showing the behind the scenes of your workday. If you're going to take pictures of a house or shoot a house that day, kind of showing what it takes to set the house up or highlighting some of the awesome rooms. That's a great place to put those. And then let's see. One thing that I like to do is just hop on my Instagram story and talk to my followers, and just if I have like a new product I like or something like that, hopping on there and telling them about it and being really casual and informal, and they can chat with you more is really great. So you could talk to them about things that are happening in the real estate industry or the housing market or your workday again in general. And then once you've posted your Instagram story and it's gone, the 24 hours is up, add it to your highlight reel. I put a little arrow right here to show you where the highlight reel will pop up, and you can name these different things like client testimonials, listings, a day in my life, things like that, that are just kind of creative and give people a sneak peek into what you're really about. And then we have Instagram TV.
Hang on just a second. I want to reiterate something about the Instagram stories. So if your accounts are properly linked, your Instagram stories will automatically go to your Facebook stories. So you won't have to go do a separate video on Facebook. You can send it directly from Instagram to, you have the option to send it directly to Facebook from Instagram. And it kind of takes one step out of it, and it keeps your social media networks in sync. So that is why we said make sure that your accounts are appropriately linked.
Yes, I forgot to say that. Thank you, Claudia. All right, and then we have Instagram TV, and this is where you can post sort of longer videos that clients can tune in for. So with Instagram stories, they're not going to last as long, and I think a lot of times if they're too long, then you're going to just get people tapping through to get onto the next one. But Instagram TV is for the people who are really interested in what you're about, and a great place to show different resources. We post our classes on there. We post Gary's legal tips, and we get a lot of engagement through that. So once you post a video, this can be longer house tours, more informative videos for your clients. And think about it, if you were going to have a YouTube page and you wanted to post something on your YouTube, this can be, your Instagram TV can also work as your YouTube channel, and it's all in one section. So you can post a preview of whatever you want to post on Instagram TV to your story, and then your followers can click on a link and it'll take them to it to watch the full entire video. And so that's what I suggest doing. And I've also put another little red arrow right here to show you where that Instagram TV icon is. All right, and so the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is paid promotions on Instagram. So they have a newer feature on here. You used to only be able to promote through Facebook, and everything would be linked like that. And for some of your advertisements that you're going to want to do on Instagram, you still have to do that through Facebook. But they have added this feature, which is really awesome. And so the average cost is about $6.70 per 1,000 views. So it's pretty, it's not anything too crazy. And you can create this content from Facebook, or you can do it from Instagram. And what you're basically going to do is, I've kind of walked you through the steps down here, but you're going to click on the promotions tab, and then it's going to come from a post that you have already posted. So if you just posted a picture of a new listing and you want it to reach more people than just your followers, you're going to go to choose a post, and then it'll show all the posts on your feed. You can pick the post you want, and then you select where to send people. And so what this means is, this is your call to action for the ad, basically. So once someone sees this post and they say, oh, I'm interested in learning more about it, where do you want them to be directed to? Do you want them to be directed to your Instagram profile with your biography and all your photos? Do you want them to go to your website, or do you want them to be able to send you a direct message on Instagram? So just whichever one you would prefer, you'll click on it, and then you're going to create your audience. And again, it's just as important with the Fair Housing Act that you're looking at that and you're not targeting people by age and gender or zip code. So you're able to just create an audience name. So say you had a listing in Lexington, you could do Lexington target audience as your audience name. And then for locations, it's going to let you do a regional location. So you could just like United States, South Carolina, like East Coast, things like that. And then it's going to take you to another category where you get more specific and you target people within a mile radius of you. And you can choose how many miles you would like for that post to reach. And then with the age and gender, it's already set to target all ages and all genders. So I would not mess with that to comply with Fair Housing Act. And then from there, you're going to go to your budget and duration. So for this post that I was mocking up, it would be $30 for a 6-day post, and it would reach between 5,100 to 14,000 people. And you can adjust that however you want. As Claudia said, a 7-day campaign is usually best, and planning this ahead is super important. And then from there, you're just going to review your promotion and then make sure everything lines up and then create it. And that's really it. It's really simple. And that's all I have for you guys today. We have a quick summary. So in summary, what we hope you guys got out of this today is that creating a Facebook and Instagram business profile is going to help you reach a larger, more effective audience and generate a return on investment. The whole goal of marketing and using social media is always to have a return on investment. You know, why would you do it if not? So plan ahead and strategize. The content calendar is so important, and I can't stress that enough. Again, the 80-20 rule, being personal and showing your 4 things that make you unique as a kid and who you are is also important. But then again, keep it professional and show off the awesome work you're doing. And stay consistent with your post. As Claudia said, posting every day is super important, and at least 3 times a day at minimum if you don't think you can post every day. But being consistent with your post is going to help you gain followers. Again, narrowing down your target audience. You know, you might think being more broad is helpful, but where everyone's getting noise from every which direction on social media, narrowing it down and creating a niche market is really important. Again, experiment with video on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. It's really engaging and interesting for people to see, because I think a lot of times it's just pictures. So this is something new for them to see and they'll enjoy it.
Kind of makes you a human being.
Yeah. And even if you're doing a video and talking to them, I know Gary says in his legal tips, he's like, I don't ever do more than 1 take because it's not authentic anymore. So don't be afraid if you mess up or something like that. You know, no one's perfect. And then again, plan your boost budget, you know, allocate money for this because it can pay off. And so planning your budget ahead of time and seeing how much you want to spend per month on social media advertising is going to be really helpful. And use the analytics and notifications to your advantage. See who's viewing your post, see how many people it's reaching, check the demographics and things like that. And keep your notifications on. Someone can send you a message via Instagram or Facebook and they're looking to buy a house. And if you don't have your notifications on, they might move on to the next person who does. So that's super important. And that's all I have for you guys today.
I think that's it.
I saw we had a chat.
Yeah, we've got something here.
How do you tag your realty office within your Instagram bio? So when you go to write out your Instagram bio, you can do the @ symbol. I'm going to use Coldwell Banker as an example. If Coldwell Banker has an Instagram account, they're going to sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. If Coldwell Banker has an Instagram account, then you should be able to put the @ symbol and then type in Coldwell Banker and their Instagram will pop up and you can tag them, and I can assist you with this if you need. If anyone does have any questions that they think of after this webinar is over, I'll be happy to help you guys. My email is ashton@blaircato.com. Okay. Yeah, so Linda's her question. Does anyone else have any questions?
We are here for support in any way. Y'all can reach both of us at 803-400-8600. I'm Claudia, and I'm in the Columbia office, and this is Ashton again, and she's in the Lexington office. My email is claudia@blaircato.com, and as Ashton said, hers is ashton@blaircato.com. So if you have any questions post-webinar, we hope this helped, but if you have anything specific that you want to ask us, don't hesitate to reach out, and we will do our best to walk you through whatever it is that you need help with. And if you're interested in Breakthrough Broker and more information about that, let us know that as well. I think most of the names that I saw on there have already signed up for it, but if there's anything else that you think that you could potentially benefit from, then definitely let us know. And as always, come see us at Blair Cato and let us know how we can help you with your upcoming closings. Give us a call or reach out to us and we can help you get that set up. So thanks, y'all.
Thank y'all so much for attending.
Have a good Tuesday.